Story 1. My male 35 is getting married on Monday. I female 30 got to know yesterday. Need advice. I am female 30 from Mumbai. Was in a relationship with male 35 from Maharashtra. We were friends since 2015 and in relationship since 2017. It was an intercaste big deal for his joint family. He had a bad childhood, alcoholic father, ignorant mother, toxic joint family, lots of unresolved issues to deal with. He didn't take a stand for the girl, his other ex, whom he had dated a decade ago, who belonged to the same caste as his because the family didn't agree for the alliance. Before getting into it, I'd asked him what if his family doesn't agree this time, and he always said that he'd choose me. I was always there for him. He used to lie about small things and when caught used to apologize, cry, beg me that he had no one but me. He always said that we had been together for so long that we should never think about ending it and that we had a life together. I believed. I too wanted to have a life with him. We were great friends. There was an amazing ease with each other. I loved him deeply, compromised my values time and again for him. But he always repeated his mistakes and blamed it on his mental health issues and bad childhood. He'd no real friends, no family support. We always tried to resolve his issues. He asked for my help to overcome his mental issues, and I was always there. I took him to 3 psychiatrists when in Delhi. He never continued with the treatment. December 2021, his father left home and is not yet found. It has happened in the past as well, but he was forcibly brought back home. We were together in Delhi 2018, Jan 2022. January 2022, he went home, promising to return in 2 weeks. We had goals, dreams together to be achieved. February 2022, his family. Grandpa and uncles asked him to get married. He told them about us, but caste was the major issue. His mom asked him to die rather than marrying me. He tried to convince them. 2 weeks became months. Months became a year. I could see the efforts initially. I cared for him. Entirely after hearing the 3 4-hour-long fights at his home, I told him that I couldn't see him suffer and it's okay if we end it. He assured me that we'd a life together, and anyway, the family is so toxic that they're not going to let him live happily even if he obliged. I had been waiting for over a year. Couldn't focus on my career, family. All the while, I told him that let me tell my family, the burden of convincing will be shared. He asked me to wait and assured that he'll do it. His mom threatened suicide. I tried to convince him to just move out of the house and start earning as it'll at least bring him some peace of mind, but his family didn't let him go. It was an house arrest kind of situation. Fast forward to Nav. The 8th of November we met in Mumbai for his bidet. Things were great. He went back home after 3 days promising that he'll be back in a week. He tried talking to his family again, the 13th of November. There was a similar big drama. Things changed after that. He started blaming it on the pressure that he wasn't able to handle. He again said that he needs to see a psychiatrist. I went to see him. We both went to the psychiatrist. He did follow up once, but discontinued the treatment later. The person who'd never fought with me or raised his voice started fighting with me day in and day out. He also said that he wants to end things, but later apologized for the behavior. The person whom I loved and cared for so dearly had become a monster. I was in shock and couldn't process what suddenly changed. He fought, yelled, disrespected me without any reason. I asked him if he's doing this because he wants to end the relationship and that he's obliged to his family's wish. He denied every time. He always said that he won't fight with me again, but it never stopped after 14 Nov. Last week of December 2022, I saw a girl's name in his FB search history. The same name he was following on Insta. She too was following him back and had liked his pictures as old as the ones posted in 2018. Something didn't seem right. I asked him time and again, but he always denied about anything fishy happening. All this had been so weird and overwhelming for me to decode that I am taking therapy since last 4 months. January, he started practicing at some hospital in the neighborhood and told me that he was forcibly sent there by the family. They were very aggressive, and he thought of doing the career thing their way at least for a while and then coming back to me. He went home making health excuses in February, but didn't meet me once. I told him I wanted to see him badly, and he used to fight. He went home twice in March and April as well, but always made excuses, ESP Health, when I asked him to meet. About the girl, I started digging here and there. I confronted him many times if there was any third person, any arranged marriage scenario, and that he should tell me up front. He always denied. Last week, he started with his health drama again and told me that he might go home in next few days to take rest. We'd been talking all this while. The 16th of May, he went home. We'd normal conversation in the morning and after he reached home as well. Evening 6 p.m., I got his wedding invite from my source with the same girl. The wedding is on the 22nd of May. I called him, sent him the invite, he had no answer, then said that he didn't know about it and that his family has forcibly done. I was shattered, also with the audacity with which he was still taking me for granted. I hung up. I called his uncle and asked when were they planning to tell me. His uncle was equally shocked, maybe pretending to be, after knowing that he'd had lied to the family about ending our relationship way back in December. His uncle was apologizing and asking for me for a solution. I called the guy again, asked him what he was going to do after 22nd. No answer. I asked him when this all happened. He said February, which is a lie. I haven't spoken to him since then. I don't know what to do. I am shattered, broken, feeling cheated, been taken for granted so badly. Story 2. I, male 26, just got cheated on, dumped by girlfriend, female 23. Have chance for revenge, should I take it? Some quick context. My GF of 2 years had to drop out of uni last October due to money issues. I helped her move to my city to start fresh. After a few months of living separately and saving, we moved into an apartment together, and she got an awesome job offer. Things were looking great. Her new job requires her to attend a 3-month training course on a campus in a different part of the country. She's 2 weeks into this course, and she's just told me that she's ending our relationship because she started fucking another trainee. This means I now have to move out of our apartment because I can't afford to live here by myself, whereas she can. So I've lost my girlfriend and my apartment, and naturally I'm pretty pissed. However, I know that the training course she is on has a strict no-relationship policy amongst trainees and is punishable by exclusion from the course. I'm contemplating sending an email to the company explaining the situation. I don't have any proof, but I'm sure if they monitored her, she would get caught out soon enough and sent home. I don't know whether or not to do it. I feel like she has just ruined my life, and as much as I'd like to walk away from this situation, part of me wants to get some payback. What do you guys think? Update. You're all as indecisive as I am. I'm going day drinking with my dad and will likely discuss this at length. We'll update later with my decision for anyone who gives a shit. Thanks to those who have left kind words, I appreciate it. The aggressive comments have made me laugh too, so cheers. Update 2. A lot of you guys asked for an update, so here it is. Despite a lot of convincing posts, I'm not going to do it. She needed a lot of support to get to this point, financial, emotional, and otherwise. And without it, I think she's perfectly capable of fucking up this opportunity by herself. I'm going to keep the apartment, even if it means I have to leave down the line. I want to put her through the stress of finding somewhere new to live whilst out of the city. Thanks for all the kind messages and the edgy ones. A lot of you guys are wise as fuck and gave some good advice. Sorry to everyone that wanted revenge.